let's get into it, man. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is Mind State U. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
I go by Keenan. Most people just call me Keyz. Generally just all the background in music. But Keenan, Keyz, however you know me. Kid Keyz, if you've really been down with me for a little minute. But yeah, just generally Keenan Keyz.
Alright, so where you from, Keyz?
Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Born and raised in the heart of Baton Rouge, south side Baton Rouge. But at 7th grade, moved to Dutchtown, moved to Prairieville. So kind of got on the outskirts of Baton Rouge, but yeah.
How was that, like, kind of growing up, coming from Baton Rouge, going to Dutchtown? Because I know it's different areas. I'm from Dutchtown.
Right.
So, you know, like, how was that? Was it a big switch up?
It wasn't too big of a switch up. Because generally, like, you know, now, a lot, like, the Dutchtown and Baton Rouge are kind of close. So you do have a big culture switch from, like, you know, being majority white in Dutchtown and majority black in Baton Rouge, or I guess for me, majority black in Baton Rouge. But as far as like the like schooling and all that stuff, I didn't feel anything too much different. You know, when I was in Baton Rouge, I went to Westdale. My brothers went to Broadmoor and Tara and all that. Okay. So it wasn't like something that was a huge switch, but it was like something that for me, I was like, okay, I could always tap back in with my friends in Baton Rouge when I wanted to because it's so close, and I can always just tap in with my friends at Dutchtown because, you know, I live there. So it's not too big for me.
Now, so you mentioned brothers. How many siblings do you have?
2 older brothers. Two older brothers. Yeah, Aaron. One Aaron.
So you the baby.
I'm the baby.
Oh, okay. I'm the baby, yeah. How is that, like, growing up with 2 older brothers? Like, they looked out for you, or like you kind of had to get it on your own?
Yeah, definitely looked out for me. I guess it wasn't like the typical. You wouldn't say like typical look out, because I say my middle brother probably looked out for me the most because at times we were in school at the same time. Okay. My oldest brother,
how old?
He's now, I think he's 30. What is he? 35, 36.
Okay.
So a little bit older.
Significant age difference.
Yeah, exactly. So him, you know, it's more so like he bring me around when he could, but when you're in high school and he like, I'm probably what, 12 or 13 when he 18. Yeah. So it's like you can't really bring me everywhere.
There's only so much he can bring you to.
Exactly. So I mean, I went to places with him sometimes, but it was good as far as seeing like, all right, and I don't want to say it that way, but like your older brothers are making a mistake or something like that, and you can see early on like, hey, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should do this. So
life lessons.
Exactly. I definitely benefited from that. So I definitely enjoyed having my older brothers, and they, you know, they give me game sometimes too. It wasn't always just like I pick from what I did wrong to do right, but they gave me game too. So I definitely got some game from them.
Okay. So growing up, who else was like kind of like around in your life that was kind of like influencing you?
Mom's pops. So I had a whole family, whole gig. Everybody was there, but more than anything, friends, bro. Like the friends that I had and the circle I had. More so when I got to middle school, high school, stuff like that. That's kind of the people that was like actually influencing me in the direction I should go. Like I had artistic friends. I had people who were like actually into music, people who were actually into like being creative. So that, you know, my brothers are also creative people, but my friends were hella creative. So and my dad also played music and did music and stuff like that. So that's kind of the people who influenced me to go that direction and do that type of stuff in my life. So.
Okay. Since we're on the subject of music, let's go ahead and get into it. What do you do?
So I'm a producer, audio engineer, musician, and live sound engineer. Mostly a producer though, songwriter, stuff like that. That's what I'm doing.
How did you get into all of this? Where did it start?
So basically with me, I guess just being infatuated with it. I was talented and gifted for music. So basically in high school, I kind of started the journey of learning the actual structure of music and like, you know, the writing music and stuff like that. Yeah. And then after that, when I got out of high school, I started just veering off into my own lane of like doing production, like downloading programs on the computer and like seeing where I could connect with my peers in it. So I started doing stuff like that and doing production, engineering, and, you know, tapping in with people around me who also, like I said, love to do that type of stuff. So,
Okay. What genres of music do you produce?
Right now, I do everything. So
so all around.
Yeah, I try to be as far as right now. I try to be as inclusive because I love music in general. So being from Baton Rouge, you already know there's like Baton Rouge rap. There's like a certain sound here, and then I moved out to Cali for 2 years, and that was like, you see a whole different switch of music, but it's like it's you see like a culture that's attached to that music out there in Cali. just like we have a culture that's attached to it. So that kind of taught me like Louisiana, like you can't just be closed into what's in Louisiana. You kind of got to be inclusive to everything that's around you. Yeah. So just like Cali got a sound, Louisiana got a sound. Like Louisiana got a sound, Atlanta got a sound, New York got a sound. So I do trap, rap, beats, stuff like that. But right now I'm kind of also focusing on pop music and doing like like electronic music or even
that's dope. Like house music.
House music, yeah, stuff like that. Stuff with a vibe, with like kind of some soul to it too at the same time.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah.
Man, that's what's up. What artists have you worked with so far in your career?
Out here, I mean, so in Louisiana, I mean, Fiend, for the money, I don't know if you know Fiend, he's from
New Orleans.
Yeah, from New Orleans. So,
hey, that's what's up.
But Fiend was early on in my career, so Fiend like basically, yeah. So one of my homies,
get somebody of that caliber,
right,
early in your career, hey, that's dope, man.
Right. I mean, so Fiend was more so like an audio engineer. So I used to like basically one of my homies used to do videos and stuff for him. We used to put like he used to come over to the crib sometimes and do recordings and stuff like that. So I just had I had like a mic and stuff plugged up, so we used to just mess around on the mic with him and stuff like that. But we were plugged in as far as just like knowing who he was and stuff like that. And then when I moved out to LA, it was a host of people, man. It was there's this artist called her name's Rouge. She's a house artist or like a soul artist. And then there's a couple people because I was doing recording out there more than anything. So when I went to the studio, I was kind of just dabbing in like recording different people that was, I don't want to say not known, but they were up and coming. So
like underground artists.
Underground artists, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So doing more recording now.